It is also Thanksgiving time, and I actually did want to take a moment to express some gratitude. I wanted to especially express gratitude because I think we really need it. I feel very strongly about, thanking the people of this city who knows what it means to have a government that truly serves the people. And if we are going to truly serve the people, then we have to be of, by, and for the people. And for the people of our city who have continued to show us faith in democracy and local government, even when we fall short, probably especially when we fall short. And then compel us to do better, to strive harder, to do nonetheless. It is our responsibility to hear, to listen, to serve, and to never quit. I am hardly the newest member on this council body, but nonetheless, I want to say how much it's meant to be a part of this particular body. Together, we've actually seen seismic changes and challenges nationally and internationally met through this city council, even just in my 6 years and 11 months. From the dark years of a former president to becoming Super Bowl champions, from a state takeover of our public schools to finally winning local control over them, I always felt that local politics and this council body held the most potential for innovation and meaningful change. And we have truly worked hard as a body, and we have more work to do to make this city hall truly the people's chambers and to bring us closer to our communities. I want to thank people who make this body possible. I want to thank Michael Decker and his entire team in the clerk's office. I want to thank Ms. Kalia for working magic with citations, to Lonnie Modesto and the Always Patient tech support team, to John Fenton, who is always ready to solve any problem, our Sergeant-at-Arms and security staff, to Patty and Jared and our entire communications team for making us look wonderful, to her, Michael, John, and the whole council tech staff, Bob and Ami, who can answer any conceivable question, and especially to Jenny, without whom we would all truly, I think, be lost. But I also want to take a moment, and to our ASL interpreters, thank you for putting so much heart and soul into the expressions that both we have and our witnesses often have. But I want to also take a moment to express some gratitude for my colleagues. Council President Clark, you told me that it was a privilege to serve on a body of 17 and to never take a day for granted. You gave space for committees to be what we make of them. And through the Children and Youth Committee, I was proud to lead a campaign for working parents at the nation's largest retail food and hospitality chains to have advanced schedules and a fair work week. We launched anti-eviction work and shut down abusive detention centers for children. We ended a state takeover of our public schools and restored essential services like nurses and counselors, social workers, air conditioning, and water to children and families. I want to thank you for giving me the space, for actually giving us all the space to showcase our work and for allowing us to have a chance to shine. You're the council president, and you have often taken a lot of hard hits on behalf of this body. We seek to find solutions to our city's hardest problems, and I want to thank you for all that you've taught me. To Councilmember Johnson, when I came in, you gave me a binder on how to be a council member, and I still have it. You've been a fearless partner, for what is right. You stood stalwart to hold DHS accountable when children were being hurt at detention centers. You're an unflagging partner on labor rights for workers, and you're a true champion for ending gun violence and prioritizing the voices of victims to ensure that there is true safety in our communities. Winning your vote and your sponsorship on any piece of legislation meant we had a happy dance in our office. Because it wasn't just another name on a piece of paper, it was your reputation and voice. To Councilmember Jones, perhaps more than anybody else except for one on this council body, you probably knew me most before I ever came on to City Council, and I felt like you embraced it. I felt like you understood my voice. My clearest memories before council of this council body are actually around you welcoming me into your office, listening intently, and you never flinched when we packed this room full of opponents. Whether it was about a casino in a residential neighborhood, whether it was about school closings or the school budget battles, you were here to listen, you were here to meet, and I think you were you loved the voices of people who spoke out no matter what it was. I want to thank you for being an incredible colleague. I want to thank you for the work that you've put forward, especially on public safety. It's been a privilege to be part of a public safety committee that's had to meet some of the greatest challenges, whether it's in our city prisons or in our juvenile justice center. In any case, you have always been a great colleague. You've been a great person before, since, and in the future to come. So thank you. And to Councilmember Mark Swilla, the most accessible man on City Council, I am not sure quite how you drink a big gulp of iced tea, I think, at every City Council session. I think you skipped it today. How you managed to show up for almost everything. We will be together in a march and rally, and we will be singing karaoke at a Chinatown banquet later that night. You will jump into a pool and play Santa to Buddy the Elf. I am so grateful that you have been such an incredible partner in tackling the huge challenges of our school facilities, fixing toxic conditions in our schools, and really winning resources that our children and schools deserve. To Mike Driscoll, from day one, you and your team have jumped in ready to go and eager to collaborate on key issues facing our city, and I can't wait to partner with you to tackle all the challenges to come. To Catherine Gilmore Richardson, you are a mom and former teacher. You are a caretaker of schools and children and families. You are a true and shining example for how we should use our position to improve people's lives. I am constantly inspired by how you are equally compassionate and fierce in pursuing what you know is right, and you have come up with remarkable solutions to some significant situations that our young people and our families are facing, and I know they rely on your voice to represent us here. Isaiah Thomas is not here, but he is coach, educator, teacher, youth mentor. Isaiah Thomas has prioritized young people and creating opportunities with them. I've been so glad to have had Councilmember Thomas as a key partner in leading forward this body's work in public education. I'm glad that he is the chair of the Education Committee and giving our students truly the schools and the city that they deserve, and our families have a true champion. To Councilmember O, there is not a cultural event or community that has not felt the presence of your office. You bring your creativity and work ethic to every problem you take on, and I know many constituencies feel truly served and represented through you. Councilmember O'Neill, you are a model for navigating the work of this body with consummate professionalism and always with the needs of the district foremost, and I've been grateful for Councilmember O'Neill's voting his conscience without vitriol or showmanship, and for always being an invaluable resource for all of the questions that I may have. To my colleague, Councilmember Bass, if I ever needed to fight for an issue or cause, I know I want you on my side. You are unafraid when you know that something is right. And in particular, you have been an amazing sister when it comes to denouncing sexism and harassment in our public institutions, to calling for accountability for racial discrimination and injustice, even to standing up to some of the most powerful institutions in our city. Those who stand in the way of progress or who try to defend the indefensible had better get it right if they're going to come before you, or they can look out for any consequences. So thank you so much for standing with me when it truly mattered. And then, to my colleagues, Councilmember Kendra Brooks and Jamie Gauthier, I want to thank you for a fierce sisterhood, for forging some of the most successful and proudest work of my career, and being unrelenting partners to keeping people housed, to making sure that workers were protected, to saving the planet, to rescuing our public school system, and advancing a real and restorative vision for public safety, and always being in the service of people. To my colleagues on this Thanksgiving time, I could not be more grateful to do all of this work with each of you by my side. It is an honor to be on council because you need to win the majority, and it matters to have all of us pulling together. I learn from all of you every single day, and I know that together we are going to be unstoppable. So thank you, Council President.